thing.
What's up, anyone watching? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing our final faction builds. We're going to turn the Synthoid and the Drone&Synthoid into one hybrid. We still haven't got a name for it. I need to somehow create a backstory, some kind of storyline with these guys to make it a little more fun, interesting. But yeah, we're going to use this guy for the head and tail. Get these guys open. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. Wasn't sure if I was going to use this gun or not. I was showing what it looks like. But yeah, here's the drone. Pretty similar body shape. Just going to use this guy, an armored chest piece. And luckily the arms just pop right out. You do have to take it apart to get the legs out. Let's get this guy taken apart. Let's get this guy taken apart. I want the drone to look like he's inside the armor. So I have to do some hollowing out. Yeah, using this Dremel, it's on the lowest speed, but that thing's hard to control. Okay, it's slipped everywhere. Ended up having to sand down quite a bit. It's so uneven on both sides. I'm gonna have to cut this guy down a little bit. I'm trying to use the original pegs that are on the Synthoid. I'm trying to use that as my guide. I'm trying to shape the body to fit inside. It's a lot of trial and error when I could have just used the Dremel to sand the inside all at once. Extending the hips so it fits inside the Synthoid body. Those are the original drone legs. Cut the butt off this guy, trying to get it all to fit to where the Synthoid can use those pegs to close his entire body. Yeah, I gotta clean all this up. almost fits. Still a little articulation. It's always good. Didn't want to make him stationary, like posed. Wanted him to be able to move his arms a little bit. Let's get this guy chopped up. I'm gonna take his head, take his tail. I don't know why I just don't do this in the first place. I always try to do it by hand. Trying to get his head angled right. Once again, using a little styrene tubing, create a little peg for support. Could have trimmed that tail down a little better, but I want to sculpt around it, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. And I'm going to use the Synthoid arms as some kind of biomechanical arm pieces. I'm going to put him in his back. Thought that looked pretty cool. It's all connected. Break out the trusty milliput. Get it nice and mixed up here. Cover up the line where I cut the head off. Make a little armored neck piece here. Using all the tools. Now I'm using the milliput to cover up the styrene tubing I used. Trying to blend it in to where it's the same shape as the Synthoid arms. Add the little details, trying to make it match as much as possible. There's that. Thought that turned out pretty good. Just use my scraper tool to make the little indents. And there's the little armored tail piece I was talking about earlier. Make it look like the Synthoid armor, where the tail just kind of sits in it. I'm trying to reassemble a flatter piece in the back so I can put the legs in, but it turned out to be still too big. Just sanding and sanding, finally got it to fit. Doing the color shift paint again by Folk Art. I really like these colors. I thought I'd test run without primer with this color shift paint first. It stuck pretty well. put the drone's head into the Synthoid body like it's some kind of AI. Tried using the ball stylus to paint the pupils. And now we're going to use the arm cannons from the Alpha Team weapons pack. I'm going to make these like little arms coming out of his back, make it look like they can retract. Using some armature wire. Here we got the eyes done. I'm trying to figure out how to position these to where they're not just flat on the side of his head. Try to put them in at an angle. Almost complete. Got him all sealed up, super glued in. Now we're using the air dry clay again, trying to make it look segmented to where they look like they can retract into each other. Giving my hands a little wash here. This clay is so messy. This is where those guns are going to set in his shoulders. I used a piece of armature wire to set the holes while I sculpted around it. There's one done. There's two done. Not the same size, but won't really be able to tell once when I glue the cannons in. Trying to cover up the bad cutting I did with the Dremel with some the air dry clay here. Trying to give it its shape back. It's still a little lumpy, but it looks a lot better than it did. Just adding little details. Here I'm using a ball stylus to indent the pieces that are going to hold the guns. Because I made the wire too short, so I had to make an indent to make it fit. Here I was going to build some kind of canopy. Didn't work out so well. Scrap that. Here we're gluing in the guns. Now we're mixing up some more milliput epoxy, get it nice and mixed where it turns all one color. Now we're making some eyelids, using those strings of milliput here, give them some shape. nose are done. Pretty even. A little messy. Now we're going to give him a little tongue. These little dinosaurs, they have like very little features in the face, so I just try to add as much detail as I can. Thought that turned out pretty good. I really like this milliput. It's messy and you have to work fast, but it turns out pretty good. Got that extra epoxy. I use it to cover up the little side gaps where I cut to make his arms fit. Just close in some of those gaps. Doing the other side here. And it's all nice and dry now. Doing a little sanding. Also with the extra milliput, I created little pieces on his legs and a little neck piece just to add more depth to it, where it's not just so flat. His little skinny legs. Get a nice little gray paint job. Wasn't sure what colors to go with here. I'm just throwing paint on it, see what I like. Let's get those eyes painted. I think I like not using primer. I think just painting over it the way it is seems to work fine for this kind of plastic. If you watch my previous videos, I really struggle with painting, especially the faces. Just throw some black on here. Doing a little touch up. Maybe I should have colored his tongue a different color, like maybe a purple or something, so it's not all so red. Do a little touch up of the white, paint the teeth, highlight the little horns he has. Back to the color shift. This is the purple color shift. I'm doing the opposite of what I did before. Last time I used the purple with the blue on top. Now I'm doing the blue with the purple on top. When it's wet, it's pretty muddy, but when it dries, you can really see the highlights. And the tips I cut off from the little arm cannons, I just stuck on the side here for a little detail. Like maybe there's some kind of exhaust of a suit. Added some little floral wire, I twisted up, just like it's all connected. Some kind of power source. There we're painting the cannons. I thought making the suit all one color, like the armor piece is stuck on his body over the synthetic suit, like extra armor. Just repainting these red like they were before. I really didn't know what I was doing here. I had no color scheme in mind. I didn't like that gray, so I tried maybe covering up some white, drawing some accent lines with black. Didn't really like this either, but we're going to go ahead and glue the arms in right now. See what I want to do with the body. I decided just to paint it all one color. Here we're using the yellow color shift to paint his weapon. Hated that purple over the white, so I just painted it the yellow color. I guess it looks alright. But yeah, that's done. We are finished. Another project down. Kharn Drone&Synthoid hybrid. Once again, if you like this content, just go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Ring that notification button. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.